Meghan Markle is seemingly giving up on ads ever because her efforts to actually help sell her products continue to get abysmally worse, to such an extent that today her graphic looks like an intern did it. Yes. Can you see the mistake there? Like the massive glaring error in that image? Well, apparently Meghan Markle's freakish attention to detail did not.
Just when you think she's always attempting to spin her epic losses as major wins, and you can't fool us anymore.
Meghan wants to get to billionaire status. She genuinely believes she's sitting on a gold mine with her jam. That was terrible, by the way.
Inside Netflix's headquarters, 2 entire storage rooms are stacked to the ceiling with Meghan Markle's jam, and not a single jar is being sold. It's not part of a launch or promotion. It's being given away for free. Workers are walking out with bags full of jam, some snagging up to 10 jars at a time. This is the same jam Meghan's team bragged had sold out in hours after launch.
It is such a tedious proposition to scale your own home recipe to something at mass and maintain the same, not just quality, but the same flavor that you're able to do at home. And I think any home cook would say that. If you say, great, can you make your cobbler that I love? I say, great, of course I can make my cobbler. Great, can you make 1,000,000 cobblers? Can you teach someone how to make 1,000,000 cobblers that taste just like the one that you have at home? I also have to be conscious of, people who really understand canning can say the bricks method when you're going at scale.
But now the truth is leaking out fast. While Netflix staff quietly clean out shelves, Meghan is reportedly plotting a massive global rollout. She's convinced she's about to take over the UK jam market, all on her own terms. That confidence, though, is shocking, considering she's still one of the most unpopular public figures in Britain.
Important in that the first hero product was this $9 jar of jam, which my 15-year-old self would have been able to buy. And then after you finish the jam, you could use that to put your flowers in it, little jar, or your pens on your desk. And I liked the idea of having something that just felt signature in that way, and keepsake packaging and affordable.
Insiders close to Prince Harry claim he finally stepped in, telling her straight up, "We can't afford this." That line alone says everything about the growing tension behind the scenes. So how did someone with fame, fortune, and worldwide attention end up flopping so hard with a jam brand? The answer lies in how this project even began. Before the warehouse chaos, Meghan launched American Riviera Orchard with a picture-perfect PR campaign. Her team staged glossy Instagram shots of her wearing a high-end apron, looking effortlessly chic. She sent out elegant jars of strawberry jam to just 50 influencers, each one accompanied by handwritten calligraphy notes, crafted to look exclusive and elite. That's where the illusion started. And the story only gets messier from there.
And this is a woman who has claimed numerous times that Netflix is involved in her brand. They should be horrifically embarrassed that she is so incompetent and that she has all this support and everything. And it's like, okay, well then where's the money going? Because a graphic designer would have not made that mistake.
The website looked flawless, sleek, polished, and dripping with high-end vibes. It promised more than just jam. It promised an entire lifestyle brand. The message was loud and clear. This wasn't ordinary jam. This was luxury. This was status. This was Meghan. But there's one basic business rule that somehow got ignored. Marketing can't save a weak product, and no PR team can patch up bad planning. The product lineup itself raised eyebrows fast. Alongside the jam were wickless candles, bottles of wine, and those infamous flower petal sprinkles that people say taste like dry grass. These were all branded as top-tier luxury goods, but the reaction didn't match the hype. Behind the scenes, mountains of unsold inventory piled up, even as Meghan's team kept claiming there was unbelievable demand. They even bragged about ordering 1,000,000 more jars, supposedly because sales were through the roof. But reality hit hard. At Netflix headquarters, employees were reportedly told they could help themselves to the leftovers, and one worker didn't just grab a couple of items.
I did not think he should have aired the family's dirty laundry, but that's just me, darling. So I was like, Harry, no, don't do that. You know better. You know what I mean? But he did what he did.
People like her, lizards in human form, will stop at nothing, as you said, to get some attention.
They walked out with 10 jars of jam. Not 10 products total, 10 jars of jam. Think about that for a second. Netflix, a $200 billion company, using its office space as a storage unit for unsold celebrity jam and candles. Even worse, they're giving the stuff away as employee perks just to free up space. When pressed for a statement, Netflix had nothing to say. Total silence. And for a company that guards its image so carefully that silence is screaming. Meghan's team quickly scrambled to spin the story. They claimed the extra inventory had already been moved to another warehouse and insisted the stock left at Netflix was only for gifting, sampling, and promotional purposes. But come on, when promotional samples take up 2 whole storage rooms and staff are being told to take armfuls home, that's not smart branding, that's pure desperation. Then everything took a wild turn. Last month, a major glitch hit the American Riviera Orchard website, and it accidentally exposed something Meghan Markle definitely didn't want the public to see.
Number one, I think she's sort of starting to lose interest as the brand isn't doing well. I think she's kind of like, "Oh, I don't want to take the time. I just want to get this out. I just want to get this sold." And I get it, but like she wants to apparently run a multi-million-dollar, if not billion-dollar empire, and she ain't going to do it like this.
Curious users discovered that if they added large quantities of items to their shopping carts, the real inventory numbers popped up, and wow, those numbers were shocking. We're talking over 20,000 jars of jam, nearly 90,000 wickless candles, and close to 500,000 unsold items just sitting there. When those figures started spreading online, Meghan's team jumped into damage control mode fast. They issued firm denials, but once numbers like that leak, there's no way to hide them.
Because they're embarrassed of the marketing too. Wow. Unreal how bad this all is. This is clearly a hatchet job by Meghan herself, and it shows that the effort and energy she put into it as ever is officially dead.
Harry and Meghan are in so much financial trouble now that they very quietly, maybe possibly listed their home. Like, it's not a listing, it's like a pocket listing that like they're considering selling, unloading the Montecito $14 million mansion because they just can't afford.
They insisted it wasn't overstock at all, just inventory being prepped for international expansion, supposedly destined for Britain, Europe, and Asia. According to Meghan's PR team, the whole world was supposedly waiting for Meghan's jam. But come on, that explanation didn't show up until after people caught on. It wasn't part of a grand launch or global rollout announcement. It only appeared after the receipts went public. That timing says it all, but here's the real problem. The Netflix jam stash is just one piece of a much bigger mess. The entire business plan seems cracked from the start.
Netflix headquarters is overflowing with Meghan Markle's jam, and Prince Harry is warning Meghan Markle, we can't afford.
Let's talk about the Valentine's Day bundles, a desperate move to push sales. Meghan's team rolled out several romantic gift sets, hoping to tap into the holiday rush and last-minute buyers.
So bad, they are literally giving it away. Staff are helping themselves to free as ever products as the streamer's Los Angeles offices are filled with Meghan Markle's.
One of those sets, called the Sweetheart Bundle, was packed with chocolate, strawberry spread, raspberry spread, and candles, a picture-perfect setup for Valentine's night. But even with all that glitz and branding, the sales didn't move. And that failure is exactly why the cracks in this luxury empire are getting harder to hide. The Sweetheart Bundle came with a hefty price tag, $185, and here's where it got real messy. When customers started adding up the prices of the individual items, they realized the total came out to exactly $185. No discount, no bonus, no deal. It was literally the same price, just bundled together and labeled as special.
Insider says Meghan is absolutely convinced this is the moment to go big, and she's not talking about dipping a toe in. She's going full global expansion. Oh my God, can you imagine how poorly this is going to be? She believes there's serious money to be made overseas, especially in Europe, Asia.
Everyone knows a bundle is supposed to save you money, not charge you the same and call it exclusive. That's basic business sense. But it got even worse. One Reddit user broke down a smaller Valentine's Day set that only included a chocolate bar and a jar of raspberry spread. The price? $29. The chocolate alone sells for $14 and the jam goes for $12. That's just $26 total. Meghan was charging $3 more for absolutely nothing. No fancy packaging, no bonus items, no unique presentation, just a higher price tag slapped on the same stuff. Once people started catching on and calling it out online, Meghan's team quietly changed the pricing.
Reports are now coming in through Closer magazine as well that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle clash as he tells her, "We can't afford this."
This is why I think she's a sociopath. And by that, I mean, I really think, just my opinion, she is a psychopath.
But the damage was already done. It exposed a deeper issue. She doesn't seem to grasp how retail works or what customers actually value. And then came the marketing fail that had everyone talking. Meghan posted a Valentine's Day promo on Instagram, a bright red background with her products laid out and the words limited edition written in what was supposed to be elegant calligraphy.
Mediocre doesn't stop there. We also have this random picture, and I'll have to say the Sidley twins were quite smart because one of them photoshopped the It character in the background, Pennywise. But I look at this picture, and again, what's the message here? Like, you know, you're selling romance in your text, but this looks like a crazy woman holding on to balloons in her yard for no inexplicable reason.
But the image looked terrible. The products weren't centered, the font was hard to read, and the editing was sloppy. You could literally see where different product shots were pasted together. One jar of strawberries was tilted so awkwardly it threw off the entire layout, leaving big, empty spaces on one side. Professional graphic designers flooded the comments, and they did not hold back. One pointed out that the limited edition text was tilted at a weird angle, and another noted that everything looked like it was floating, because there were no shadows at all. This is someone who supposedly has Netflix-level backing and lives in a $16 million mansion. Yet her promo post looked like it was thrown together in 5 minutes on a phone app. Meghan keeps talking up her business skills in every interview, but that Valentine's promo image told a completely different story. It looked like it was tossed together using the most basic editing software, with zero quality control.
Forced to deny the business was in trouble last month after a website glitch revealed unsold inventory of roughly over 500,000 items. Although now resolved, the site briefly displayed the inventory that included approximately 2,020 jars of jam, etc. And while eager-eyed internet sleuths took advantage of the glitch, as we just discussed, it revealed that she had a backlog of so much product, and her business was failing.
But honestly, the real failure wasn't just about bad design. It was the strategy. She positioned her Valentine's products as romantic gifts, trying to tap into the love season market. The website copy went on about easy romance, heartfelt gestures, and sweet little moments. But here's the cold truth. Most men aren't lining up to buy jam for Valentine's Day, and most women don't exactly dream of getting a jar of strawberry spread from their partners either. The comment sections were brutal. One woman joked, "If my husband bought me spread for Valentine's Day, he'd be back home with his mama." Another said, "I don't think my husband wants flour sprinkles on his eggs and bacon." The public wasn't confused, they were just completely uninterested. The whole idea missed the mark. The product didn't match the occasion, and the audience didn't connect at all. The market fit was way off. If Meghan really wanted her Valentine's rollout to hit, she should have aimed it at something that actually made sense, like mother-daughter gifts or thoughtful treats between friends. That holiday could have been the perfect chance to celebrate female friendship, women supporting women sharing something sweet together. Instead, the campaign tried to sell romance through jam, and that's where everything fell apart. Instead of pivoting her pitch, Meghan tried to convince everyone that strawberry preserves are somehow romantic. She pushed the idea that chocolate sprinkled with flower petals equals love. But the market didn't buy that fantasy, and the sales numbers made it painfully obvious. Now comes the wildest part. Despite every sign pointing to failure, Meghan Markle is reportedly doubling down.
There are 2 storage rooms packed with as-ever product. They are literally just giving it away to employees. One staffer walked out with 10 products for free. We're told jars of jam, candles, wine, and Meghan's famous flower petal sprinkles are being kept in storage rooms.
She actually believes this is her big moment to go global. According to Closer magazine, she's not talking about testing new regions or doing soft launches. She's planning a full-blown international expansion with her main focus locked on the UK. Let that sink in. She genuinely thinks she can dominate the British jam market, the same country where she remains one of the least liked public figures. And not just disliked, this is the same Britain whose royal family she openly criticised in front of millions, the same nation still divided over her treatment of the late Queen Elizabeth. UK commenters wasted no time voicing their feelings. One wrote, I'm from the UK, and I can honestly say I will never buy any of her products after what she tried to do to the royal family. Another chimed in. She called our royal family racist. Yeah, we're all rushing to buy her jam. The tone online was brutal and overwhelmingly clear. It's hard to imagine a tougher market to break into, yet Meghan seems convinced she can turn it around. Meanwhile, across the pond, King Charles has been running his own organic food brand, Highgrove, for decades, built on authenticity, reputation, and steady public respect. And that contrast only makes Meghan's luxury jam takeover look even more out of touch. King Charles's Highgrove brand has been running strong for years, offering jams, preserves, chocolates, and teas, all made with care and high-quality ingredients. Plus, profits go to charity, which only boosts the public's trust and respect for the brand. Meanwhile, Meghan seems convinced she can compete with that legacy using wickless candles and pricey spreads, all while trying to sell to a market that frankly doesn't like her much at all.
Promoting what?
Yeah.
You guys announced that you canceled with Love Meghan. It's done. It's done. You know, what other promotional purpose could this garbage?
And it's not just about popularity. The UK has strict food safety rules. Every product needs proper labeling, a full ingredient list, expiration dates, and compliance with EU food laws. Reports suggest some of Meghan's products have already missed a few of these requirements, meaning they could hit major roadblocks before even making it to store shelves. Still, insiders claim Meghan is confident that once her brand hits British soil, the whole narrative will flip. She supposedly believes the public is just waiting to discover her products. But the truth couldn't be further from that. British consumers aren't waiting, they're skeptical. And this is where Prince Harry reportedly steps in, and for once, he's pushing back. Sources say he's growing increasingly worried about the financial risk tied to her business ventures. He's not telling her to give up, but he's urging her to slow down, take a smarter approach, and stop burning through money so fast.
They were suggesting that it was unethical the way that she repackages things, like, oh, look at these Valentine's Day boxes I have, or these holiday boxes I have, and says that she got new stock in when it's the same stock. She's just repackaging it to try to generate some sort of interest in product that's not moving. I mean, it was very logistical, the way this article was written, and the way that they were talking about how she basically takes the product that's not moving, slaps a ribbon on it, and says, here's the Valentine's Day.
And honestly, he's right to be cautious. The couple's financial picture looks very different now. Harry's memoir Spare sold big when it launched, but there's no sequel coming, no fresh book deal on the table. And that means the easy money days might be over. The pressure is clearly building behind the palace walls, and this jam empire might be adding more strain than success. Their Spotify deal crashed and burned. The Netflix projects didn't deliver the profits everyone expected, and Meghan's cooking show, reportedly shelved before it even got off the ground. The costs of setting up a real international distribution network are massive, and when you stack all that up, it's clear the ambition might be big, but the obstacles are even bigger. Despite all the warning signs, Meghan seems to be brushing off every lesson from her past failures. Insiders say she's still chasing those flashy launches, convinced that her global fame alone will turn into instant sales. But the truth about international markets is harsh. You can't just drop a luxury brand into a country that doesn't trust you and expect it to sell out overnight. And the logistics? A total nightmare. Shipping delicate jam jars and candles overseas costs a fortune. Add in warehouse space, customs, cold storage, and retail partnerships, and you're staring at bills that easily climb into the millions. One wrong move in distribution and the whole business could collapse before the products even hit a single British shelf. Then there's the marketing problem, and it's only getting worse. American Riviera Orchard had a splashy Instagram debut that turned heads for a minute, but the buzz disappeared fast.
Her products are mediocre slop. And then this is the other one. This is really expensive. And oh man, she has taken it off, guys, but we will talk about how much this is a ripoff. Why? Because she put something on there that the two individual products together equaled $26, and she was selling it for $29. So $3 for literally nothing. Nothing. Okay, so this is the Valentine's bundle that
Posts that once seemed elegant and polished now come off as tone deaf or out of touch. Followers have started noticing every detail. The poor edits, the awkward product shots, the captions that feel forced. The brand that was supposed to scream luxury now just looks lost. People are paying attention. They notice when the prices don't add up, when the product photos look sloppy, or when exclusive bundles make 0 sense. And that kind of scrutiny only gets harsher overseas, especially in the UK, a market that's both traditional and brutally critical. Financial pressure is clearly piling up. Netflix is reportedly sitting on piles of unsold jam and candles, giving them away for free just to make space. Meanwhile, Prince Harry is said to be worried about their cash flow. And for good reason. Their past ventures, from the failed Spotify deal to the underperforming Netflix projects, haven't brought in the returns they expected. Every new expansion now carries more risk, not less. But the real danger isn't just financial, it's cultural. Meghan's image in the UK has been controversial for years. Her public criticism of the royal family and the interviews that sparked outrage still divide opinion. And that makes her brand inherently polarizing. Even if the jam were top quality, many people simply aren't willing to separate the product from the person selling it. Yet, despite everything, insiders say Meghan remains utterly convinced she can still win over the market. That level of confidence borders on delusional, but it's also what keeps her pushing forward.
She's not doing, I think, especially with these edits and bundles, a good job of actually taking the products individually and doing a separate photo shoot with those products to show them together. She's photoshopping them together. And you feel it here really badly. So what she did is she took the disparate elements here. And this is obviously, and the picture on the site itself is not this bad. But let me show you. She took this. She screenshotted it, took out the background, and slapped it on this red one.
Some experts think there's still a slim chance to turn things around, but it would take a total overhaul. Smaller product runs, more genuine marketing, and a focus on audiences that actually want what she's offering. At this stage, every decision matters. One wrong move could mean another warehouse full of unsold jars, more markdowns, and another round of public embarrassment splashed all over social media. The question now isn't whether Meghan can sell jam, it's whether she can survive the PR storm that comes with trying. Going international isn't just about ambition or a fancy press release. It takes warehouses, shipping logistics, local partnerships, compliance with international regulations, marketing teams, and millions of dollars before a single dollar comes back in. And here's the kicker. Meghan is trying to do all of that while still sitting on nearly 500,000 unsold items in the US. Netflix is literally handing out her products for free just to make space. And somehow, she still thinks expansion is the next logical step. The math doesn't add up. But according to insiders, Meghan refuses to hear it. She's absolutely convinced her jam sales proved her vision for the lifestyle market. One insider even said, she believes she's sitting on a gold mine with her jam. Harry just needs to trust her and let her run with it. That's confidence, sure, but there's a thin line between confidence and denial. In business, there's a saying every investor knows: don't throw good money after bad. When a strategy isn't working, you don't double down, you pivot, you reassess, and you listen to feedback.
Okay, Meghan, just putting it out there. No man in his right mind wants your chocolate or your spread for Valentine's Day. He wants his girlfriend, his wife, whatever, to go to Siren and pick up something from Sydney Sweeney. Because he's thinking about Sydney Sweeney. That's what men want for Valentine's Day. They want a negligee. Anything they do for Valentine's Day is because they want you in bed later. Men are simple.
But Meghan seems to be doing the exact opposite, treating every failure as proof that she should just invest more. And experts, from business analysts to psychologists, are starting to notice a pattern. Meghan's entire brand revolves around herself, her taste, her handwriting, her image, her name stamped across every product and post. It's all about her personal aesthetic. But she seems to have skipped the most important question of all. Do people actually want this? The market has spoken, and the answer is no. Not at these prices, not with these products, and definitely not from her. When you look at the giants of celebrity lifestyle brands, the difference is obvious. Martha Stewart built her empire on actual skill. She could cook, design, and create every product she sold. Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop, controversial as it may be, knew its audience inside out, and delivered exactly what they wanted. Even the Kardashians figured out the golden rule. Sell aspiration, not yourself. Meghan, on the other hand, is selling herself, and the public just isn't buying it. The proof? Those overflowing Netflix storage rooms. A major streaming company took a gamble on her brand, probably as part of a bigger content partnership. They gave her resources, backing, and even space to store her products. And now, they're the ones stuck with piles of unsold jam and candles. Netflix employees are literally taking jars home like freebies at a trade show. That's not a collaboration. That's a liability. It's the kind of situation that leaves corporate execs quietly wishing they'd never signed the deal in the first place.
Probably one of the worst things I've seen, and she definitely doesn't know how to market it because, Meghan, your products do not appeal to a man whatsoever. This does. Sydney Sweeney does. So if you want to impress your husband for Valentine's Day, don't get anything from Meghan Markle. He will be very, very confused because, again, men are simple. They want a sandwich. They want a woman. They want a woman who can make them a sandwich. They're simple creatures. And Meghan Markle apparently has no clue how to reach them. Meghan Markle has no clue what men want, apparently. Has no clue how to market or brand her product.
So what's next for Meghan? There are a few possible paths. She could finally take a step back, accept that the luxury lifestyle queen route isn't working, and actually learn from what went wrong. Maybe she pivots to a product that fits the market better, something authentic, sustainable, and real. Because if she keeps pushing jam that nobody's buying, the only thing she'll be spreading is another round of public embarrassment. But let's be real. Meghan's track record doesn't exactly scream accountability. When things go sideways, she usually blames outside forces instead of owning up to what went wrong. Option 2. She could quietly scale back, let American Riviera Orchard fade into the background and say she's focusing on family or new passions. Honestly, that might be the smartest move. But it would also mean admitting defeat, and that's something she's never seemed willing to do. Then there's the third path, the one insiders say is most likely. She could double down on her UK expansion plans, throwing even more money into a market that's already rejected her. If she does, it could turn into a financial disaster so big that even her team won't be able to spin it. And finally, the quiet whisper from behind the scenes. The fourth possibility, Netflix could be preparing to distance themselves completely from the brand. They've already stopped promoting it, and those jam-filled storage rooms tell the story loud and clear. They just want it gone. Some say a silent separation might already be happening. At the end of the day, Meghan Markle had every advantage imaginable: fame, fortune, connections, and world-class resources. And somehow, she still couldn't sell jam. 2 Netflix storage rooms overflowing with products nobody wants. That's the legacy of American Riviera Orchard. So what do you think? Bad business, bad timing, or just bad judgment? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this breakdown opened your eyes or gave you a new angle on the Meghan Markle jam saga, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to see it.